This is an orchid collection from a Finnish couple that came to Portugal, and they're building a greenhouse especially for it, but the greenhouse has been delayed, so these are temporarily being housed here. He said, this man said that a lot of them are not in ideal condition because it all has to be temporary, but it was a very special collection given to them by the Finnish couple. Now he just told me that it was a private collection from Finland, from the Finnish couple, of 10,000 orchids. And he was a little apologetic about the fact that it doesn't have an appropriate greenhouse yet. But they've got the dilemma of keeping them alive. Algumas têm.
They are recovering from the bad conditions of the winter. So they will take some time. They didn't have the proper protection of shade, so they are a bit burned, dry, and with burns of cold of the winter. So they will take some time to get in their best conditions, and the proper blooming can be properly done. Precisam de estar presas a nada e, como se vê, estão a vir com raízes ótimas. Aqui temos uma zona que já está preparada, só falta terminar os sprinklers. As bordelaras dão cachos enormes. Nesta altura temos várias. Todas estas são da América Central e algumas da América do Sul. Isto é uma família de epidendrums que antigamente eram conhecidas em Inglaterra como orquídeas dos pobres, porque enquanto as catleias precisavam de aquecimento, estas não precisam de aquecimento. Então, alguém sem dinheiro para ter um orquidário, sem dinheiro para ter uma estufa, podia ter orquídeas em casa.
Orchids of the poor people.
Tem mais aqui. Elas crescem imenso, como dá para ver.
Does it get too hot here sometimes?
Yes, almost 45 degrees, which is not proper for them also.
Yeah.
We are reducing now just the temperature for the hotter days that are coming. And you can see even more of this epidendrum. This is the Colmenares and Oncidiums. Oh, this is a Sobralia, a very beautiful one, but with a very short blooming period. Normally, they last 2 or 3 days just. It's also from Central America and
And why did the Finnish couple give these away?
well, they are getting old, so they didn't give it away. They made an agreement with university so that the university starts to keep them and in a better place.
Okay, I shut this camera off in the middle of that, but they didn't give them away yet. But when they die, the university will inherit these orchids because they want them taken care of.
Here are mostly Phalaenopsis. Water, most of
Well, water's good, but it's a museum of water.
Yes, they were old facilities of the water company.
To pump,
Yes,
like in
and
Lisbon, like in
purify and
Lisboa.
not so beautiful as those 18th century.
Oh, okay.
And here you have Stanhopea, a special kind of Stanhopea. Here you see the blooming, the flowers, the spikes, it will come here. The leaves come up, but the flowers grow down. So they need to be in these special kind of containers with lots of holes and space, because the flowers will appear down. The people who have this at home and put in a regular pot, they say, oh, I don't have flowers. How can I never have flowers? Because they die inside. All space, they start to grow roots, and the roots occupy the entire structure. They don't need a huge amount of moss or anything, just a small dirt to start living, and then they just grow. Orchids just need a very important thing, huge amounts of 14 years, they told me.
I didn't start
The last one.
to film quick enough, but this also came from the finished couple, these birds. And the birds are actually very old, they said. That was not advertised. I just wandered in there, and then they said it was official. For €3 you could have a tour, but there's no sign or anything. Well, I'm going to go back out onto the street, see what I can find next. This is the main entrance to the botanical garden. I did want to film that ironwork. So I look at that and I think about how much work that was with the charcoal and the iron mining to make that iron. Okay, now I'll look at this with a little bit different eyes. This is going to be the home of that collection of orchids. But it's, I think they said, about 2 years behind schedule. That window protection says pretty seriously they don't want people to go in there.